This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, November 4th. I am Tori here with Jeff and Al, my good friends. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. You both look fantastic today.
Well, thank you.
You as well, Tori.
Thank you very much. I wasn't fishing, but
Absolutely were.
I was. All right. There are a lot of very upset NFL fans today, and we're going to get into it. So Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers tested positive for COVID yesterday and will not play in Sunday's game. But here's what's really bothering people. They think Aaron may have lied about his vaccination status, with multiple sources now saying he's, quote, unvaccinated. But check out what Aaron told reporters back at the end of August. Take a look.
Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized. You know, there's guys on the team that haven't been vaccinated. I think it's a personal decision. I'm not going to judge those guys.
So Aaron has also been seen on the sidelines at press events without a mask, which goes against current NFL COVID protocols for unvaccinated players. You both love football. You both love Green Bay?
I'm a Bears fan,
You're
which
a big
is
fan
the
of Bears
rival
fan.
of
Your rival.
Yes.
All right, good to know.
Yes.
Talk to me about, was this a good move? Was this lying? What do you think?
I want to go back to you because you're kind of the lawyer-ish person.
Yeah,
That's okay.
lawyer-ish.
See how I'm using my words?
Lawyer-like.
Was he using his words? In a court of law, would he be found guilty or innocent with what he said?
With a good defense lawyer, you could say that he did not lie.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do I think that that's okay? Absolutely not. I think a reasonable person listening to him would think, I'm vaccinated. And that is a flat out lie to your community and the people who trust you and the scientists and the kids who look up to you. Do I get why he did it? Yeah. Do I agree? No.
Why do you think he did it?
Because I think it canceled everything out so you didn't have to talk about it.
Right. Which is the point I was going to make, right? Get vaccinated. We're all vaccinated. We don't need to go there. Let's go this way.
Let's talk.
Let's talk about society, right? He wants to talk about football. He's an NFL quarterback. He doesn't want to get into politics, perhaps, about getting vaccinated, not getting vaccinated. Did he lie? I don't know. Maybe he did. But that's not what he's there for. He's not there to answer political questions. He wants to move things along, right? So what he did, if he says, I'm not going to get vaccinated, that's my choice, I don't have to because the NFL doesn't have a mandate for me to. Every day he's going to go into that press room and they're going to ask him questions about vaccines. So does he want to go that way, or does he need to change, or does society need to loosen up a little bit? Not about this specifically, not about vaccines or things like that. But if you're like, I don't like Beyonce. You don't? You're racist. What?
You mean we jumped so far?
I mean, if you say I like Trump, forget it. You're definitely racist. You know what I mean? There's certain things that we say are the way we say them. You get this label put on you nowadays in society. And that's where I kind of wanted to go with this, because I don't know where we're going to go with the vaccine.
Well, the thing is, I'm fine with avoiding labels by avoiding that question. I don't know if the media has a place to ask that question in a public setting. They'd just be like me asking, do you have asthma? That's not my business. That's not the world's business.
So he could have responded, none of my business is what you're saying.
Yes, but that would have caused more of a firestorm. Right. What I am saying, and let me make this more personal. Yesterday, I had somebody in my home for a DBL shoot that was happening inside my home that, know for a fact, has a child that's immunocompromised. I have a child that's immunocompromised. I assume and I know for a fact that this person has been vaccinated. I have been vaccinated and boosted. So I want them to know that as they enter my home, and I want to know that as they enter my home before I fly to LA in a couple of days. So when we're talking about on a one-to-one level, teammates in a locker room, like, hey, just to let you guys know, this is the deal. That's fine, because he knows those teammates. I look you in the eye. I know your daughter. I know your son. I know your husband. That's one thing. The media, if he had even given the answer he gave, I would be okay with it, because I truly don't believe it's there. I don't believe it's there. I don't think your medical information is people's business.
I agree with you. Then say it's not my business. By saying wait, let me finish. Okay. By saying I'm immunized, you're implying you got vaccinated. If you said that's private and I'm dealing with my teammates, I get you. But you're now telling people, the people who go to the stadium, the children that watch, they're all believing you. And by the way, we don't know 100% true. He isn't. This is all speculation. But if he isn't, I think he purposefully misspoke and he misled the public. And I don't think that's great as a public speaker who's a role model.
He's not a public speaker.
Public role model. Excuse me, a public role model. You're absolutely right. He's a public role model, and he should know that that platform holds some kind of responsibility.
But he's putting out the message you want him to put out. He's putting out the right message.
But now his message is he lied.
we don't know that 100%.
Agreed.
And
Right?
also,
So why are we just saying things to make the media and social media happy? We're just saying that. How many people say that they hate Trump's guts? If you ask all of America, they would say, I hate Trump's guts, right? Some people would say yes. It wouldn't be 50% that said yes. I could promise you that. That's the point I'm making. People aren't speaking their truth because they're afraid of the pushback of social media and society.
Which I get, but is it okay then to lie?
I don't know if he lied. And I don't know, first of all, if that question should have been asked. And also, I don't know if the fact that he is good at throwing a football makes him automatically a public role model that needs to say the public narrative.
I'm not going to believe
A lot of people would look at what he's doing and taking autonomy over his body and saying
then
that's a brave thing to do.
This is none of your business, and I respect my privacy.
They're not going to talk to him about football anymore.
Then don't lie. You think lying's okay?
If he goes, this is my body, it's my choice, right?
Right.
Every single meeting, because what do people want? Headlines.
Right.
Aaron, are you vaccinated? You tell me right now.
Right.
Well, I just threw for 300 yards. You want to know about that? No, obviously you guys have a different narrative because you're doing your job. Let me do mine. I'm a football player.
I agree, but he's also a public figure. And in a public figure, that realm includes a responsibility of a platform speaking out to millions of people.
He's giving you the message that you want to hear. He's giving it to you.
But then we find out he lied. So that's even worse.
What do politicians do?
He's not a politician.
Right, he's a football player.
But he's also a public figure. Maybe that's where we differ here. You're saying he doesn't.
So if you're a public figure because you're great at acting, automatically you're a public figure and you have to give your opinion on your political views?
You chose to go into that and knew you'd be a public figure. With all the perks you get,
that's not
you
true.
have to come with some kind of a platform.
You do that because you love it as a little kid.
Okay.
That's what you do.
You also know you're getting press, you're getting free stuff. You know you're getting that. So that's why you
So you have to give your political views on life?
No, but you certainly don't lie to people. It's a slap in the face to scientists who have figured out the vaccine, in my opinion.
But I'm saying just in general. You're saying like the vaccine.
Why do you think it's hard to sue for defamation from a public figure? Because they have a higher scrutiny because they knew they were getting into that position.
But she's pushing a narrative that you want to hear.
I don't want to hear a lie. I want to hear it's none of my business. I want to hear that's not appropriate. I don't want to hear clearly a lawyer told him to say immunized so that you could get off on that.
I use Beyonce as an example. I love Beyonce, by the way. Where's the camera? I love her. I use the example just as a joke, right? I made up that a long time ago, and I think it really holds water. I hate Trump. You can't say you like Trump, and you can't say you don't like Beyonce.
But those are apples to oranges.
It's not apples to oranges. It's scrutiny from the media. If I say, listen, Beyonce's not my favorite, again, love Beyonce. If I say I don't like Beyonce, the beehive comes after me. People assume that I'm racist. People assume that I don't support black women.
But that's a clear statement.
They make this crazy statement.
But what he did was, in my opinion, he misled. When you're saying I don't like Beyonce, there's no misleading.
Yeah, there is. I lied. Again, I didn't.
I'm simply saying, I think to say that he didn't lie is playing lawyer and not great.
But that's your world. You
I agree, but I think you have a responsibility as a public figure to not mislead the public. I really do. Boom!
Al, thanks for getting my back in there, buddy.
Thanks, Al.
I feel like I earned my money this segment. I was just like, this is entertaining.
Yeah,
that was a great discussion.
All right, and we're still friends.
Yes.
You know how it works. It can happen.
See, I'm lying. Yeah, we are.
Coming up on DBL, you're awful. Coming up on DBL, from the original cast of Saturday Night Live, Laraine Newman stopped by. What was it like working alongside Bill Murray? But first, a new study says men suffer more heartbreak than women during a breakup. Great shot. Do you agree? We're chatting about it next. What are these pictures?
Closed captioning provided by
So, Al, if you had to pick a winner, whose side are you on?
I think you guys.
This is your microphone.
You're spilling water.
I'm not going to give you guys like the whole. I feel like both people were right. I feel like.
No, I totally hear Tony's side.
More with you in that he did not sign up to be a public figure by being a good quarterback. There are people like Marshawn Lynch who actually got famous for saying, I don't want to speak, I don't want to talk to the media. That is not inherently part of your job. Your job is to take the ball and try and run to the end zone. Now, it would be foolish to say that that's not part of your job as being, especially a quarterback, being the face of the franchise.
People looking up to you.
So we have to live in reality. So I do get that. But I do understand that he does not have to get vaccinated. He does not. There is no mandate.
I didn't say that ever.
And he does have a responsibility to not create a firestorm around the team, to figure out a way to say
a distraction.
I am not vaccinated without causing an explosion, which we are seeing happen with the Brooklyn Nets right now, with Kyrie Irving not saying,
Of course.
and people are rushing the
Of course.
stadium.
But then I'd rather him say no comment than this. Let me ask you. If you're
that implies you're
okay,
guilty.
then let me say this. If you're a reporter who has a son or daughter who's immunocompromised in that room, and he says, I'm I always get it wrong, immunized, you have a false sense of security around him now. Because he has said to you,
you should be doing all of.
I know that,
yes.
but in your head, in reality, that can hurt someone's life. That can endanger
They
someone's life.
know that only a certain percentage of those players are vaccinated. So you're going in there with that mentality, knowing I don't know who is and who isn't.
But you don't think that's a false pretense of people who are near him thinking I'm immunized means I'm vaccinated?
Yeah,
but
that's a good point. But I'm saying in general.
No, I hear you. It was a good debate. It's fair.
I mean,
Both
the
of you are
sad
right.
thing is that he's kind of proven right by using that rhetoric, because Kyrie Irving, somebody that did come out and was honest about it,
Had a big thing.
It's been
That's all they
it's
talked
almost
about.
shattered their team.
But the NBA has different mandates than the NFL. Why did I say it like that?
Welcome back to DBL. So, who do you think suffers more heartbreak from breakups, men or women? Well, a new study says men in heterosexual relationships feel more pain. This guy makes me so sad, than women following a breakup. The study looked at data from more than 104,000 people. It suggests men are more, quote, emotionally invested in relationships than previously thought, and that might be why they suffer greater heartbreak. DBL Nation, what do you think? Who suffers more, men or women? Go to dblvote.com right now as we chat about this. I was a mess for every heartbreak for like a year.
Really?
Chamomile tea, indigo girls,
Why?
poetry. Oh, my heart, I love with all my heart, and when it's broken, it's like shattered. So I can't even picture anyone going through anything worse. I get just invested.
Yeah, I could see that,
But is there a difference between men and women? How shattered you get? I was brokenhearted, right? I'm very passionate.
Yeah, you're emotional.
Yeah, I'm very emotional. So like, I love hard, I hate hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
That's
everything
honest.
in between. So do you think there is a difference between men and women when it comes to heartbreak?
I will say this, and I hate to kind of specify genders, but I do think that men overall, our behavior in relationships, until we are ready to be a mature, functional part of that relationship, is poor at best. And I'm being nice to the fellas. I'm including myself. I was terrible until like a couple years ago. So I think women from the age of, and that's why I'm glad they're specifying heterosexual,
right.
women that have dated men since they were 13, 14, first boyfriend on through their 30s, are kind of used to like, okay, here's the one whose hat's backwards and plays video games, and this is the one that smokes weed as soon as he gets home, and this one never comes home and has a weird lie. I think they're used to terrible dudes, so they don't get as invested, whereas guys, when we go all in, we're like, I can't believe she left me. I think men, we can't believe that we've been left.
I think we are the exact same, men and women.
Yeah.
But society allows women to be more emotional and doesn't allow men to be that way. So now we're finding out, oh, they're more invested. That's because society has made you guys a tin lid. Is that a thing?
No.
Okay.
What were you trying to say?
Like, society doesn't let you express your emotions. Women are always allowed to be in heartbreak, eating ice cream in the movies.
Like
Y'all
a woman,
are
they're like, you're heartbroken. A man, like, get over
it, exactly.
Yeah.
So I
see
think
your
we're the
point.
same. It's just society told us differently.
You know what else is interesting too? How we handle sickness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I'm sick and I have the flu,
You're the
Jordan's
worst.
like,
It's so
"What?
annoying."
Are you a child? And I'm like, I need this.
Brooks
like,
is the worst.
So I think there might be
I'm
more of
so
a difference
sick.
in sickness rather than
I
heartbreak.
would definitely agree
That's
with
so
that.
true.
Yeah.
Because I'm always like, I think I'm dying.
Yeah. Me
too.
I don't know what
So
that feels like, but
annoying.
this
I'm like, you
feels
gotta
like
get
it.
And like your wife's giving birth. I'm fine. She's fine. Yeah, exactly.
okay, buddy.
All right, what's the end? Women, 60% say women suffer more than men, 40% say men.
Aren't you reading off the prompter instead of looking up
I
in
have
the air
bad
like you're just
vision.
having like
I
some
have
kind
bad
of
vision.
epiphany
I
up
have
here?
bad vision.
Okay.
Coming up on DBL, Laraine Newman gets a character
That was
for us
so strange.
to promote her new series. Don't miss our hilarious interview with the SNL star coming up next.
Hey.
With all
of the retailers recommending that we shop early for Christmas, will they extend their return policy? Teresa, the Verified team checked with some of the top 10 retailers in the country. Our sources, spokespersons at Target, Costco, Walmart, and Best Buy, plus Amazon's online return policy. Let's start with Target. It's a yes. There is an extended holiday return policy, but it's only for electronics and entertainment items. If you bought the item between October 1st and December 25th and it's a non-Apple product, you have until January 24th to return it. If it is an Apple product, you have until January 9th. On to Costco. We'll put this in the unknown column. Their spokesperson told me no comment. And when the Verified team looked at their return policy online, there was no mention of extended holiday returns. Walmart is also a yes for most items. If you purchase between now and Christmas Day, your 90-day return window won't start until December 26th. Quick tip, Walmart.com does let other companies list items on their website, so double check the details link on the item page. Best Buy, also a yes. The spokesperson told me purchases made October 18th through January 2nd have an extended return period through January 16th. And finally, Amazon, another yes. Their website states most of the items purchased between October 1st and December 31st can be returned until January 31st, 2022. But remember, the online retail giant includes thousands of individual sellers and companies. Amazon says most of these sellers offer the same return policy as Amazon, but not all of them. So read the fine print on the item page. We can verify most of the top retailers are offering an extended holiday return.
Welcome back to DBL. She is one of Saturday Night Live's original cast members and has dazzled audiences throughout the decades with her hilarious characters and comedy. Laraine Newman joined us earlier on today's Chatting with the Stars. I hear you're in a closet.
Thank
is that
you
right?
so much.
You're in a closet right now?
I am coming to you from my professional recording studio in Century City, known as my closet.
It sounds great, though. It sounds wonderful.
It does. Okay, so Laraine, your former SNL castmate Dan Aykroyd recently said that he thinks hurtful comedy should get canceled altogether, and we were wondering what you thought about that take.
I did not hear him say that. I don't think that mean comedy is funny, but it's all very subjective, and what would constitute hurtful and mean to one person might not be so for someone else.
True.
If that's the most diplomatic answer I can give. I mean, you know, there is something very juvenile about comedy, and that can get to be hurtful, but if you understand that it is coming from a place of the bluntness of the adolescent, so to speak, you don't have to feel so bad about it.
Smart.
I mean, that's full disclosure, Laraine. I actually just listened to a podcast of yours with Dana Gould. Maybe it was like an hour and a half. I listened to it a couple weeks ago. So I'm a big fan coming into this interview. So I just, and I'm glad I'm talking to you because I wanted to ask you about this. Your new memoir, May You Live in Interesting Times, speaks about your experiences on SNL, on Saturday Night Live. But one thing I really wanted you to talk about was you said that your car was robbed before your audition and they stole all of your material.
No.
Like and you still had to go into the audition. No. So please, as somebody that's in entertainment, that's my worst fear.
Okay. Well, actually, I did not know I was auditioning when Lorne first saw me at the Groundlings and came to see me a second time. That was my audition, unbeknownst to me.
Wow.
And then when I got there, he was the only person who knew my work. So he said it'd be a good idea to do a show for the writers, which was a very reasonable thing to ask. But I had all my written material and costumes in my car, and the car was stolen. Mm-hmm. So it was just, you know, I want to say a you-know-what show, but I don't know what the limitations are for.
Appreciate you.
That's about it. That's about the limit.
Yeah.
Well, what's it like hanging out with your former SNL co-star, Bill Murray?
You know, we've all mellowed in our dotage. And, you know, he'll come to town and call me, and we'll go have dinner, you know, at a restaurant down the street from where I live that he likes a lot, Carmine's. And, there was a time when you took your life in your hands. But those days are really over, and it's wonderful.
Sam, our co-host, has a lifelong dream to meet him. So can you help us get him on the show for her?
Well, he is an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Yes.
So you either don't hear from him for a year and a half, or you hear from him twice in a month. I wouldn't know how to tell you.
Mm-hmm. That's
fair.
That's a fair answer.
Totally
That's
an honest answer.
Let's talk about your new Netflix show, Ridley Jones. You voice an astronaut monkey named Peaches.
Yes.
Meet Peaches. I'm Peaches, first monkey to slip on a banana peel in space.
So would you mind channeling Peaches to tell parents out there why their kids should be watching this show? Maybe a little Peaches for us.
All right, let me see.
Well, Peaches is an astronaut, but she's afraid of heights.
Wow.
So they deal with a lot of kids' fears in a very nice way. Relatable.
Now that Century City VO booth is killing it, girl.
You're hired.
Laraine, thank you so much for chatting with us. It's been such an honor. And for everyone watching at home, please remember to get Lorraine's new book on Audible. And if you have kids, don't forget to check out Ridley Jones. It's out now on Netflix. It looks very good and sounds even better. We'll be right back. Thanks, Laraine.
Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
season is getting underway, and doctors expect to see more cases compared to last year when pandemic protections helped limit its spread. But a viral tweet with more than 100,000 likes claims we'll see at least 2 fewer strains of flu because they've gone extinct. So let's verify. Have 2 strains of flu become extinct since the pandemic began? Our sources are the CDC, a study published in the journal Nature Reviews, a pulmonologist at Providence Mission Hospital, and a critical care doctor at Johns Hopkins Medicine. The 2020 flu season was one for the record books because it was unusually low in the U.S.
I don't think I took care of a single flu case last year.
Doctors believe mask use and social distancing because of the pandemic resulted in fewer flu cases. But not all flu strains are the same. The flu is a bit of a catch-all name for a family of viruses that has several subtypes and lineages. Public health officials around the world track the different variants using a shared database. Although the Post claims 2 strains of flu are extinct, the study they referenced focused only on one lineage of flu, influenza B Yamagata. Researchers noticed there were no Yamagata cases since May of 2020, leading them to question if that means the strain was eradicated.
But we don't know if they just haven't been prevalent because there's not as much flu around the world right now.
Even the authors of the study wrote, quote, "As sampling and sequencing is not comprehensive, it is difficult to distinguish with certainty between lack of detection and true extinction," unquote. So there isn't enough evidence that 2 strains of flu are extinct because researchers say they need more data to definitively make that conclusion. The original person who tweeted the claim later clarified it will take time to know for sure because some flu strains can go dormant and later reappear or create new offshoots, which is why we have annual flu shots.
I never like to say never as a physician and scientist. I do think we can keep those numbers incredibly low. Whether we remove them off of the existence, I think that's, it's hard to prove.
With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
This November, don't miss a minute of DBL. I cannot wait. You want to play it safe? Nah, girl, we want to know.
Yeah.
You don't feel like that's a little bit weird?
No. I got to agree with Tori here.
Hey, stop. I don't want to hear it.
Here's how I feel. Okay, stop.
I know.
You mean like hooligans?
Is the hooligan problem under control?
There's no such thing as ghosts. I'm talking about.
We're off to a good start. DBL is always all new every day. Welcome back to DBL. You're not going to believe the sweet, sweet deals Steph showed me this week from our friends at Morning Save. It is the perfect time to start holiday shopping. You don't want to miss this. Take a look. All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie?
First up, we've got the Adoro Surge Shelf Series Surge Protector with 6 outlets and 3 USB ports. So you'll get 1 charger available in black and white, and this can charge a whopping 9 power-hungry devices at once.
Whoa.
So normally these are $60.
Okay.
But right now, Tori, they're only $19, which means our viewers save up to 68%.
Plug in the savings.
Now, Tori, you can never have enough knives in your kitchen, and we've got Cook with Colour 5-piece knife set with, look at this, a sharpener. Normally, these are as much as $55. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's only $24 now, saving up to 56%. Now, we've got the Osta Cucina Jacinto aluminum non-stick red speckle 9-piece cookware set. So this deal includes a 4-quart Dutch oven with a lid, 2-quart saucepan with a lid, 1-quart saucepan with a lid, 10-inch frying pan, 11-inch square grill pan, and my favorite, a 1.95 quart milk pot.
Whoa!
So normally it's as much as $129.
Yep.
We've got all of this for $59, which saves our viewers 54%. And then last but certainly not least, we've got the Hybrid Light Hex Bluetooth speaker, lantern, power bank, and radio all in one. And normally these are $70. We've got it for only $25, saving our viewers 64%.
Guys, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. Steph, as always, thank you so, so much. All right, we got a great comment from Bob who wrote in and just said, what about the Jeopardy staff he was near speaking about Aaron Rodgers? And I do think unmasked reporters would think you're vaccinated. That's a fair thing to say. I wonder what people thought or knew.
I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, a lot of these reporters and everybody that you interact with have children, have people at home that are depending that you're in a safe situation. So he put a lot of people out there. So
Interesting. All right.
Browns quarterback wouldn't do that.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, bye.